Hey everyone. So this is going to be a two-part video where I'll be walking you through group policy and how you can deploy group policies to manage your Windows devices. So group policy is intertwined with Active Directory. And so what that means is that you would create a group policy and apply that group policy to an organizational unit found within Active Directory. So for example, here, computers, security groups, users, coffee.lab, these are all organizational units. So the group policy would then apply to objects found within those organizational units. So if you have a group policy being applied to computers, you might apply it here at this computers OU, and it would then impact this computer right here. Okay, so now let's open up group policy. So what we're going to do is we'll create a group policy that blocks the command prompt, and that setting is actually configured for users. So before we start, we'll swap over to the Windows 10 VM here, and I'll just demonstrate that the command prompt does in fact open. So it works just fine. We'll go back to the group policy, and we're going to create a new group policy here at this users OU. And so if we want to know who that's going to affect, under users we have a jsnow right here. So that group policy will apply to jsnow. Go back to group policy, we're going to right click, create a GPO in this domain. We'll call it block command prompt. Okay, so we see the group policy right here. So what we'll do is we'll right click, edit. This is found under user configuration, policies, admin templates, system, and then prevent access to the command prompts right here. We'll click on that, and we're going to enable. And it also tells you down here what this does. So prevents users from running the interactive command prompt cmd.exe. And it tells you if you enable this policy setting and the user tries to open a command window, you'll get a message explaining that this is blocked. So we've clicked on enabled. We'll go down to apply. So now what we do is we go back to the endpoint. And so with group policy, the computers will check in every 90 minutes plus or minus 30 minutes. But we do have a way to force that, and we can type in gp update space / force. And what that's going to do is that's going to tell the computer, hey, go and force down a group policy update. And it will pull down any changes. So we can see if there's any computer policy updates, it's checked that. Now let's check the user policy update. So let's close out of this, and let's try to open up the command prompt. And we can see this command prompt has been disabled by your administrator. So we can't access it. Now that doesn't prevent someone who knows what they're doing from unblocking that. So if we go into regedit, when you create a group policy, really what it's doing is it's applying registry keys, and registry keys basically tell the computer how to operate. So this particular setting for disabling the command prompt is found here at HKey current user, software, policies, Microsoft, Windows, system, disable CMD. So if we look at disable CMD, 2 means that the command prompt is disabled. If we change this to a 0, it should re-enable the command prompt. And we can see we have the command prompt. So like I was saying, is the group policy will check in every 90 minutes plus or minus 30, which means in that time, the computer will check in again with group policy and pull down that setting that blocks the command prompt. But until then, the command prompt works just fine. So let's pretend it's been 90 minutes. We'll go ahead and update group policy, and again, this would happen automatically. We can see group policy is updated. Close out of that. Now, if we want to go ahead and refresh this view, we can see that disabling command prompt has been set to 2, which means that it's disabled. So we can try to open it again, and we can see it's been disabled again.